take a look at the Group 1 Epsom Handicap from Randwick on Saturday. 1600 metre, $1.5 million Group 1 handicap for 3-year-olds and up. Time-honoured mile along with the Doncaster at Randwick. Once again, another very good value betting affair. This is the way that we've got them rated to start off. Communist 8.0, Waterford 8.5, Political Debate 8.5, Olentia 10.5, Madame Pomeroy 13, Golden Mile 17, Nugget 17, Converge 18, The Inevitable 21, and Pounding 22. They're the top 10 rated contenders. 5 major scene winning chances being Communist, Waterford, Political Debate, Olentia, and Madame Pomeroy. If we take a look at the betting in this market initially, now that Pericles has come out, Hoping Your Heart's a favourite, 6.5, 2.4. Communist top rated goes around at 40 to 1 from memory. Now into 31 and 8.5, was 40 to 1 earlier on. Waterford 8.5, second top rated, goes around 15.0, 4.6. Political Debate, second emergency, one more needs to scratch for it to gain a start, goes around at 126 and 31. Olentia 10.5. Olentia is currently 19.0, 5.5. And Madame Pomeroy, the other scene major winning chance at rated 13.0, goes around at 23.0 and 6.5. So all of the top 5 rated runners, one of those rare situations where they're all overs, and we can back all of them. Let's go and take a look at them. Firstly, we'll start off with the top rated Communist, which is number 13. Okay, Communist, well-bred, Russian Revolution, out of a Northern Meteor mare. Winkers go back on, visor comes off first time. Failed both runs this preparation. Well, not failed, but beaten 4.5 by Fangirl first up in the Winks. Then went to the Tramway over 1400, beaten 3.5 behind Pericles. Given another trial since then over 1200, split Iowa and Zuzette. Looked good, moved well in that trial. The run that we want to go on is when it won the Randwick Guineas over track and distance, knocking off Lindemann and Zoo Tiger. The form subsequently out of that stacks up to suggest true Group 1 level. Gets in with 53.5, which is 4.5 kilos below weight for age. 4 kilos below weight for age. As a 4-year-old, 57's weight for age in September. Looks well placed here. Drawn barrier 6, likely to get a good trip. Only a moderate tempo expected in the Epsom this year. Second top rated, Waterford, the 19. Deceivingly well bred by the underrated UK sire Ortard out of a Soldier of Fortune mare, a good German family. 4 from 11 winner, relatively lightly tried. Ran second to Cepheus in the Ajax Group 2 at Rose Hill over 1500 back in March. 2 very good runs this preparation, closing off hard over 1300 when only beaten 0.6 of a length behind Golden Mile over 1300. Lump 53 that day, drops to 50 today. We'll appreciate getting out to 1600. Second up did the same thing behind Cepheus and Williamsburg, beaten 1.39 coming from the back. Lump 54.5 down to 50 today. New Peak expected third up from a spell. Very serious winning chance. The biggest concern is the alley, drawn out in barrier 20. Zach Lloyd on, if he can overcome that alley, has serious claims. Political Debate, the second emergency. Now that Pericles has come out, one more needs to scratch for it to gain a start. Currently, political Debate is a massive price of 120 to 1 and 31 to place. Very well bred by So You Think out of the good producing Zabil mare Nakatan. Gets blinkers first time for the Chris Waller yard. Have to respect. 1 from 9 winner, still lightly raced, good scope for more. Thrown in at the weights with 50 kilos. Gets in 7.5 kilos below weight for age. 57.5 down to 50. Looked a decent type back last preparation as a 2-year-old. Not last preparation, 2 preparations ago. I'm just going to pull that up. In the Brisbane Winter Carnival, went to the Brisbane Winter Carnival early in its career. Came out and won the Phoenix listed over 1500 from a midfield position. Knocked off Sharp and Smart, who's now a proven Group 1 winner. Ringmaster back in third. And then flashed big pars from near last in the JJ Atkins to run second. She's a belter. Sharp and Smart was fourth that day. Brosnan and Franks performed well. Those two runs suggest that Political Debate early in its career looked a Group 1 miler plus on the make. Came back in the spring of last year in the Run to the Rose and the Golden Rose. Didn't come up. 8th and 15th in those two races. Put away 43 weeks off. Fourth run back now. Second up from a spell. Looked good behind Vranelli. Splitting Vranelli and Mystery Shot. As I said, now out to 1600, fourth up from a spell, 7.5 kilos below weight for age. First up from a spell over when off a long break of 43 weeks, was only 2.7 off Pericles and Madame Pommery. Expecting a new peak now. As I said, blinkers go on first time. Rachel King is drawn the outside gate, but with a lack of early speed engaged in this race since Pericles has come out, just got a feeling there's every chance that Political Debate will be ridden forward with blinkers on first time and try and cross them and get some sort of trip on the front end without having to work too hard early. Could run a big race at the massive price. Fourth best, Alentia, by Zoustar out of the Anabar Man Mabakra. Looked well above average first up from a spell this preparation, making it 5 from 6 career wins when it knocked off Tri-State and Diamond Dealer by 2.1 lengths. Came from well back over 1200. That was a good win. Lumped 58 that day. Drops to 50 here. Second up, unlucky behind Pericles and Skyman in the Tramway, only beaten 1.7. Bad ride from Kieran McAvoy that day. Last start behind Redina, prepared to forgive that run in the Group 3 Bill Ritchie. Gets into this well-weighted 50 kg, looking for the 1600 on its earlier form, and that first up win, and unlucky in the second up win, has to still be considered a major winning chance. And the other major scene winning chance is Madame Pommery, the 15. Once again, well-bred, no, never out of an Exceed and Excel mare. Barrier blanket first time for the Walliard 2 from 13 winner. Gets him with 51.5. Hinted at a good preparation with a trial second to Rocketing By and a trial third at Lindemann. Very good first up from a spell behind Pericles. Flashing big pars, just missed in the spring preview. Lumped 58.5 that day, drops to 51.5 today. One pace behind Golden Mile when it never got into the race in the Theo Marks Group 2 over 1300. Dropping back in trip. Given 2 weeks now, or 21 days off into this 3-week spell, a 3-week let up. Expecting a new peak out to 1600. Suggested high class ability when it was only beaten 1.4 by In Secret and Sunshine in Paris in the Lightfinger Group 2 back in the autumn in February of this year over 1200. Came from near last, suggesting that 1600 is going to suit. So expecting a new peak from Madame Pommery, series winning chance. McAvoy on board, 51.5 kilos. So the 5 that we want to be backing to win here: Communist, Waterford, Political Debate, Alentia, Madame Pommery, all over their rated prices. And the other 5 that you want to include in your multiples: Golden Mile, Nugget, Converge, The Inevitable, and Pounding. Looks a big value betting race, and mildly confident we can get a result. That is the Epsom Handicap at Randwick on Saturday. Thanks.